twisting hard where the shadows lie. Grip the handle, feel the engines roar. Freedom ain't a dream, it's the open door. Ride the storm, feel the thunder.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Australian NASCAR Truck Series presented by CT Electrical. Tonight is Bristol Motor Speedway. It's Bristol, baby. 250 laps for tonight's half-mile battle. I am Dylan McDonald alongside with Wesley Outland in the booth. Good morning, Mr. West. How are you doing on this fine Thursday morning?
It's great, man. It's Thursday night in Aussie world, but it's Thursday morning here in the United States, and I took the dog out, let him go potty, let him have some breakfast and snacks, chased him around the yard, done laundry for the day. Yeah, life is good. Let's go to work.
Yeah, looking at it right now, tonight is going to be 250 laps, 65 stage 1, 130 for stage 2, and then a long green flag run, hopefully, for the 250 lap conclusion of tonight's race. Next week, going to be Coda in the trucks as well, then Pocono. Then we get to our chase format: Texas, Watkins Glen, Dover, Charlotte, Nashville, and Michigan to end out the season 1 schedule for the Truck Series. A lot to take in, Wes, as we get ready to look at season 1 standings after Rockingham, and it's all Keith Hackney leading the charge for Nitro Racing, and then you got Dave-O sitting in second, Brad Newman for Lobs Esports in third, Josh Micklemore in fourth, and then you got Tom Freer running out your top 5, but everybody else still in where they want to be, but that red line down there for 12th and 13th, 2 points separate Aaron Borg and Kute Dow to get in. But, I mean, it's really anybody's race. You know, it's not a win and you're in scenario, Wes. You really got to put these races together as getting ready to come down to the final 3 races before we get into the chase for the championship.
If your guy's in the red like Kute Dow or Holdsworth or Griffiths or Faulkner or something of that caliber, you can still get in the chase. But to do that, you need to have a flawless race. And what I mean by that is we need to see somebody sweep stages. We just see somebody get as many points as they absolutely can. And if they can, also get that checkered flag. The question is, can anybody stop Keith Hackney? Keith Hackney, Dave-O, the U.S. drivers for Team Nitro have been the momentum this year, except where we saw Zach Kerr. I know you and Nigel were on the call last week because I was out of town with racing obligations in real life. But we did see Zach Kerr pick up the win last week at the Rock. That was kind of a one-off, if you will. He's not even a driver that's even in the top 20. But for somebody in the red, if you want a chance to move up to the top 12 to make the chase, time's running out. You've got to do something here tonight at Bristol.
Absolutely. As we get ready to get away from the standings, get these drivers out there for the grid. We got a lot of drivers out here tonight getting ready to run, but consistency is definitely going to be key, just like you kind of put up there for today's debut. But, you know, it's anybody's race going all the way in and through here, getting the stage points. It's all been Keith Hackney getting these stage points here tonight, and he's been a ringer. Same with Dave-O. Is anybody going to be able to challenge those two drivers to get yet another win, or could we see another first-time winner of the series?
Yeah, that's going to be really the fun thing we're going to see here in just a moment. As you see the guys gridded, we're ready to go. Last great Coliseum. It's Bristol, baby. You got to love the trucks, and it's go time for the starting lineup. Dylan.
Starting the pole position is going to be Kute Dow with Brody Dowling on his outside. Row number 2 is going to have the 080 of Joshua Houghton and Dave O starting P number 4. Row number 3, starting on the inside, is going to be Keith Hackney with Ethan Winter from Vortex on the outside. Row number 4 is going to be Giuseppe Maialo and Zach Kerr in P number 8. Row number 5 is going to be Tyler Williams and Brad Newman rounding out your top 10.
Row number 6, you're going to see the driver of Jason Holdsworth for Nitro and Team Vermilion, Ben Faulkner in 28. Row 7 on the grid, Josh Micklemore from Nitro and Tom Freer in the Synergy number 41. Row number 8 on the grid, Aaron Borg will find Troy Davidson for Simbor to the outside. And row 9 will find Shane Bowen and Vermilion, Fitzroy Beaumont. Top 20 on the grid at Bristol will find Scott Rankin for Team Vortex and the AWR entry of Trent Lavelle.
In 21st position is going to be Nigel Seidel. In 22nd is going to be Aaron Dorman rounding out to row number 11. Row number 12 is going to be Gary Wellman for Simbor. In P number 24 is going to be Matt Danson. Row 13 is going to have Jake Maloney in 25th with Blundell in 26 on his outside. Row number 14 is going to be Jack Andrews and Angus Lawford rounding out your top 28. 29th and 30th is going to be Chris Bleakley and Adam Briggs from SSR.
We're not done yet, though. Adam Gray will find the inside position with David Lawler for Project 36, row 16. Row 17 will find Brad Wright and another Project 36 entry of Jamie Davis. Row 18 on the grid will find Zach Blundell and it's Chooch of Brandon Griffiths in 36th position. Row 19 will find Kelvin Clark and Jared Gilbert. And guess what? Your top 40 on the grid will look for the position of nobody. 38 trucks ready to go. Matt Danson starting in the pits, it looks like, in truck number 38. And you've got in position 38 in truck number 30. And you've got the race analysis here.
Yeah, looking at the race analysis, 250 laps. The race distance, stage 1 is going to be consistent of 65 laps. Stage 2 is going to be another 65 laps. And then in the final stage, Wes, 120 laps to the race finish. And if there's one thing about Bristol that a lot of these drivers can say is this racetrack is going to be very racy, blind corners all the way in and through. And this race can be as quick as it starts with how quick all these drivers are going to be getting around Bristol Motor Speedway.
250 laps, 2 stages, 65 each, and then, of course, that final push for 120 laps. 3 words! It's Bristol, baby, Dylan, and we're coming to green!
Already getting up to speed, Kute Dow, a beautiful start down on that inside. Everybody getting all the way up to 4th gear, still side by side. And it's Kute Dow with the early advantage. He's going to be able to get single file along with Joshua Houghton as Keith Hackney trying to make the push down on that inside. Everybody wanting to save a little bit of tire for this first 65 set laps of the stage number 1. But as the race goes on, the top side is going to be where everybody wants to be as we have our first caution flag of the night. Everybody going to be getting on down, and there it is, car on the outside wall.
Giuseppe Maialo with a problem on his entry right there, the driver of the number 2. Giuseppe Maialo in the 992 entry. First caution of the race. We'll find out and see what happened to him as a replay's coming.
Yeah, replay sponsored by CT Electrical of Bathurst. We're going to look and see what happened to the number 992 of Giuseppe's down on the inside. Comes on up. Oh, just didn't get clear of Tyler Williams on that outside. He's going to just wall ride the last great Coliseum on that outside. Everybody trying to get on around, and this is what I was talking about, Wes. Blind corners, super tight racetrack. Not a lot of damage on a lot of cars, but not what you wanted to see in the first couple of laps here at Bristol.
I mean, it's a short track, right? You might have a quick caution here just to get things started, and obviously, that's exactly what we just saw transpire. So, caution out here in the opening laps. Kute now, right now. Bucky's! Bucky's! Listen, everybody out there, let me tell y'all something, okay? I have found, listen to me, I have found a perfect snack for you to have at Bucky's. Dylan, is there a Bucky's near you?
There is not.
Okay, so listen, if you ever travel and you ever get a chance to go to Bucky's, go to Bucky's. Now, I recommend like the beef burritos or the roast beef, burrito, things like that. They're really, really good. The pork sandwiches are really, really good as well. But if you are a fan of the Bucky's Beaver Nuggets, get you a bag, get a bowl of cereal, get a bowl, put it in milk. Oh my God, it is absolutely delicious, Dylan. It is like a most unique version than peanut butter Captain Crunch. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know if anybody else does it. Beaver Nuggets in milk. I'm telling you, my friend, Beaver Nuggets in milk. It is the creme de la creme for breakfast right here. I'm telling you.
I don't think I might have to take your word for that one. I don't know.
You got to try it once in your life. Try it. I'm telling you.
The closest thing to Bucky's that we have up here is Wawa. And that's just 2 hours south of me down in Indianapolis. But up here...
I don't have Beaver Nuggets. Because he's a Georgia boy. Bucky's is in Georgia. Oh, I don't know who... Oh, yeah, no, I thought it was Keith Hackney. My bad. All right, we're coming back to green.
Green flag.
Coming back to green. Single file restart already is Kutedal. Beautiful restart. Up there in P1 is going to have at least 4 car length gap over second and third. Already side by side. Zach Kerr says, you know what? I did it last week. I'm going to do it again this week. He's going to be side by side with Bad Brad down on that inside. He's going to make that top work. Now he's going to start working on Scotty Rankin on that inside. And already the outside showing a little bit of dominance here at Bristol. But where does the tire saving management begin for the number 12 machine?
That's going to be a very strong question, right? Look at Brad Newman, 3 wide, baby. Him and Winter, they do not like each other. We always talk about the battle between them. There's contact. No! Winter and Newman, no love lost for the two. I told you.
3 wide maneuver on the front stretch. It started to work coming out of the corner, or going into the corner and all the way through. It's just there towards the back stretch. Just ran out of room. And if you wanted some autographed memorabilia from the number 39 camp, $49.99 from the number 39 of Ethan Winter. That is U.S. currency. $39.99. 4 installments of $29.99. As we get another beautiful look. Yeah, that, I don't know, that 3 wide move, 6 laps in, give or take. Super early. Oh, Josh Micklemore getting a piece of it too. Just nowhere to go. As you see here, going down into turns number 3 and 4. They were fine. Enough room. And then right here, you can see it. Brad Newman kind of pushes out of the corner. Pushes up into Ethan Winter, and he's along for the ride after that.
Would love to bring these guys in here to have them talk, to hear what their thoughts are on the subject, but I don't think that's a good idea. Hey, he got into you, you got into him. What's your take on the subject? Just pause the explicit button. There you go.
Hopefully everybody out there watching on Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitch, let us know who you guys are voting for out there in the comments. Let us know who your favorite driver is, who you think's going to get the win here tonight. Make sure you guys hit that like, share, subscribe, follow button. Turn on all bell notifications so you guys don't miss anything that Highline HQ has to offer on Facebook, on YouTube, Twitch, X, any social media platform. And a big thanks to CT Electrical from Bathurst coming on board to sponsor this year's Truck Series. Couldn't do it without Trent Lavelle and CT Electrical. Beautiful looking electric car back there. Look at it, just so vibrant. Looks like a lot of lightning out here, especially in Indiana West. Getting a lot of rain and heavy thunderstorms going on right now.
Or you're in Indiana?
Yeah.
Storm?
Oh yeah. But here we go, Wes. We got a double file restart. Back to green flag racing. Kute Dow with the commanding lead as of right now. Jason Holdsworth thought about making a move down to that inside, trying to get up there. Brad Newman was looking to make it 3 wide yet again, but look at this. Joshua Houghton outside of Kute Dow, trying to make his presence known. Get a couple of laps led. He's going to be able to get clear maybe of Kute Dow. And he's going to be able to, that outside lane, prevailing once again. And then you got Keith Hackney making his way up to P number 3, top 5, single file. And then we're back to double file back there with Holdsworth and Brad Newman. Newman not having a lot of damage on that number 1 machine. He's able to keep it up to speed. Holdsworth holding strong on that outside, not letting Brad Newman get another run, but another battle for the race lead. Here comes Dave O as another caution on the speedway.
Yeah, yellow flag is out over the racetrack. Looks like Timo Blundell has gone around here on lap number 16. Third caution of the race. Another single car accident. Giuseppe Malo, Ethan Winter, Brad Newman, and now Timo Blundell. Here's a replay.
Timo. Oh.
Actually, there's more trucks involved than just Timo. He just got the trigger, if you will.
Yeah, big lunge by the, look like 11? Yeah, the 11 truck down on the inside. Jamie Davis up on the outside. 3 wide going into the corner. Oh, a little bit of a bumper tag there by the 11 and 4, sending it up into the number 92. Timo Blundell sliding it back down the racetrack, and look at the avoidance by Matt Danson through the middle, making a dancey dance. Able to keep that truck as clean as it possibly can. As we get another look here, you can see there, Jamie Davis on that outside. Oh, you can just see the little bit of a contact between the 4 and the 11 coming up into the number 92 of Jamie Davis.
This replay is presented by CT Electrical and as well as sponsor of the Australian NASCAR Truck Series tonight here at Bristol. Very cloudy, very gloomy. Wonder what it's going to be like for the handling of these trucks. Maybe that's the reason why we're seeing these trucks really fighting handling issues also, Dylan.
You know, that could very well be a good indicator of, just kind of take your time. Let the track come to you just a little bit. Let's not get racing until we get some heat in those tires. Granted, we've had a few laps under green, so these heat cycles are going to be a little bit different than what you would see in the official side. But everybody's still trying to hold strong, trying to be in the know-how as we get another good look at the number 39 machine getting that damaged fixed.
He's Winter's out.
He has gotten out. Yeah, he's just down there getting some ice cream, cooling his temper a little bit. Yes. Which is always good, since we got a nice little onboard look of the number 39 West. If they do decide to get out of their car, they're able to get back into the truck once the repairs are done, get back out there, race some more. They can even leave the session and come back in. As we look
this is
here,
not good for Ethan Winter. As you see, he's not nowhere in the top 20 in the running for the chase. So, I mean, this is tough for a guy like him. And then you got a guy like Brad Newman. Brad Newman is third. We're about ready to turn loose again.
A lot of guys having some difficulties out here, but green flag is back out. Joshua Houghton going to lead us back to the green flag. Kute Dow has been really good on all these restarts. Look at that. On the outside, inside, doesn't matter. That 55 is going to make it his mission to challenge you for the race lead side by side for P number 1 and 2. Kute Dow gets tight, gets into the outside wall. Joshua Houghton resumes the race lead, but here comes Dave-O in that 311, in that Toyota Tundra. Looking down the inside at Joshua Houghton. Where does he go? Dave-O to the inside. A little bit of a bump and run. Hard on the outside wall. Keith Hackney, Zach Kerr getting involved. In caution flag is going to be out. Keith Hackney doing a nice little 360, but not a lot of damage on that number 6. But Kute Dow suffers in the outside wall.
A tough break, man. Kute Dow on the outside looking in the red. Had a good solid run, clean up in the front. Not anymore. Involved in an accident. There's the contact as Houghton got pushed out of line from Dave-O. And look at the end result here. My goodness. Wow. The front top 5 literally get together and take each other out.
Yeah, Kute Dow getting the worst of it all. And tell you what, if Zach Kerr wasn't there for Keith Hackney would have hit Kute Dow or Joshua Houghton. Just another look, part by CT Electrical. Houghton on the wall, Kerr and Kute Dow getting into it. And then right here, another hit. Oh, wow. That was Ben Faulkner. Excuse me. If Ben Faulkner wasn't there for Keith Hackney would have gotten into Kute Dow and had a little bit more damage done to that number 6 machine, but able to do that nice little 360 silhouette and get the truck back on a go. And right here, just Dave-O getting a better run down to that inside. Little bump and run gone bad. Didn't mean to spin him, just wanted to rattle his cage a little bit. And Joshua Houghton, hard on the outside wall. Kute Dow, hard on the outside wall. And then Dosey-Do, spin me around, Georgia boy, goes Keith Hackney.
From another angle. Look at this. There's Houghton, Dave-O pushing Houghton out of the way, and then it just stacked everybody up behind them. An accordion effect, and around goes Hackney and Dow. And from another angle, watch this one more time. There's Houghton getting loose from Dave-O. Dave-O scoots on by. Trouble out of 4, and then right below the start-finish line, the chaos continues. There goes Zach Kerr, winner last week at the Rock, damaged here at Bristol.
The amount of drivers that missed Keith Hackney spinning in the middle of the field in Fitzroy Beaumont to have the courage to stay on the brakes and not run in plumb to the back of Keith Hackney. Beautiful driving by Fitzroy Beaumont to notice what all was going on, especially with all the smoke coming into your driver's view. To not hit Keith Hackney is an absolute understatement. No ARCA brakes needed for the driver, the number 16 of Fitzroy Beaumont, and able to survive another corner. Jamie Davis. Jamie Davis electing to take the truck behind the pit wall. His night is going to be done here tonight, going to be coming back next week. And there you see it, Wes, on the outside wall, the last great Coliseum. Getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Dave-O, Brad Newman leading us back to green.
Chaos.
Indeed, as Brad Newman, Zach Kerr, Dave-O able to get single file with Ben Faulkner right behind him. And now second, 2x2, JP Holdsworth with, looks like Aaron Borg down his inside with the number 819, as well as Keith Hackney back his way to the outside. He's going to get a little bit of a tag there, but caution flag back out on the speedway. Oh, Nigel!
My buddy Nigel! Nitro John Deere Nitro Tunnel Vision. Nigel's it down. Oh boy. We got cows. We got 30.
Get a nice little look here. See what happens. Oh, them in the 54 getting around. Dosey-Do.
I gotta go, Junior. We got cows.
Oh, Aaron Dorman getting involved with Nigel Seidel.
Actually, I think that's the same one. Oh, I was watching Twister the other day, so. No, Twister the movie from the 90s, Dean. Where you been?
with Bill Paxton in it.
No,
R.I.P. Bill Paxton.
no, that was a stupid remake of Twister, is what that movie was from a couple of years ago. Yes, that's the best one. It's the wonder of nature, baby.
Oh yeah.
Anyhow, we got pit stops going on here right now, guys. Can we at least get like a 20-lap green flag run? That's one of those things. You know, that's one of the things the drivers did the other night, Nigel, was we had in the X Series a green flag run. Nigel, Nigel and I called the race on Tuesday night with Dean, and we had at least 3 or 4 long, lengthy green flag runs. This has been all caution blocks the first 30 laps, man. Look at all these cautions. Five cautions in 19 laps. And by the way, we've only completed 33 laps now when they come to the line. So literally, we're making more caution laps than we are green flag laps. Come on, guys, get your guys together.
Last week, Wes, this is exactly how Rockingham started out too. Caution fest in the beginning of the race. The second stage, they believe, if I remember correctly, the second stage was green flag all the way to the end, to the very last lap, and then the third stage, couple of cautions here and there, and then ended up finishing with no green or overtime finishes. So, could we see the exact same thing here at Bristol? As getting ready to go back green flag racing. Dave O going to lead this back to the green flag. You can see the damage on Brad and Newman's front end. Barney waving the green flag one more time. Here we go. As a caution flag is out on the racetrack. As soon as they started going, maybe they wanted to get everybody getting back to go. As maybe they didn't have everybody set up the way that they needed to.
Yeah, I think race control threw the yellow. That was a caution that was thrown because they weren't lined up properly. And now it's going to be a single file restart, guys. Per iRacing, per the iRacing, if there is a, and you know this, Dylan, if there's a multiple cautions, like as soon as you come back to a green, the field will then be given single file for the restart. So it'll be a single file restart when they come back to green here.
Yeah, going to be able to go back to single file restarts. This will be the third time they'll restart single file. Until we get a nice little green flag run into the run as Kute Dow looking on that Bucky's Nitro P1 number 55 for Nitro Racing. A little bit of damage on that rear end, front end, every angle of that truck. Then we got Miss Piggy on the back of the Dodge Ram.
That's me. Look. That's me. Feel violated. That's me. Poor Dean. He's fired. He's off his game tonight, ain't he, Dylan?
Oh no, that's
Wait a minute,
Keith.
That's not me. That's not me.
That's Keith.
What the hell? I'm the one with Miss Piggy, not Keith. See, I knew she was having an affair. I knew it, you pig. That's Keith. Keith and Piggy. I feel violated, Dylan. I really do. I thought she was the one for me.
Well, I think you need a good divorce attorney there, Mr. Wesley, for you and Mr.
We're not married.
Man. Oh no. Is it Elmo or is it Kermit?
No, that's Elmo. That's Elmo with the hat on.
If we had an award for best or randomest paint schemes for the year, Keith Hackney would definitely win these awards. Keith Hackney always coming out with straight, funny, whatever the case may be, on that number 6 machine every single week.
You, Dylan. It's about time for them to do something for you, Dylan McDonald. E-I-E-I-O.
Green's out.
Hey.
Green flag.
Here we go, green flag, guys. Single file, I told you, back underway.
He has yet to find me or find a picture of me to put on his truck. But back to green flag racing, single file, like Wes said. Everybody being able to get there as the 819 slides up the racetrack. And now Keith Hackney taps the wall just a little bit, but he's going to try to follow right where everybody else is through the middle. He's going to get down to the inside, still side by side in front of him. He's not going to pull a three-wide maneuver. He's going to sit and wait till they get single file once again, and then he's going to pounce and make his move down to the inside. It goes Keith Hackney around the 819 as he slides way up the racetrack.
Holdsworth down to the inside. Look at Holdsworth. Good solid run for him for Nitro. Borg will follow, so will Hackney. How about Keith Hackney? Got involved in an accident earlier, and he's climbed his way all the way back in the top 10.
Yeah, definitely what Keith Hackney didn't want to see was him getting involved in that accident. But last week, he got involved in a lap 1 accident at Rockingham. I was still able to salvage a good finish for the end of the night. Jason Holdsworth involved in a couple as well, kind of ended his night prematurely, but right now it sits looking at the Nitro Racing Camp. It's going to be Dave O in first, Jason Holdsworth in fifth, Keith Hackney in seventh, Nigel Siddell in 33rd, and Josh Micklemore in 36th. Micklemore and Nigel Siddell and Keith Hackney, all three included in the Stage 1 wrecks. Nigel and Josh Micklemore having some difficulties getting those trucks repaired, so their nights might be ended early unless they can get all those damages replaced. But so far, it's all Dave-O in the front. He's got a little over a second lead over Brad Newman, but Keith Hackney still all over the back bumper trying to find a way around the number 43 of Aaron Borg.
And it's Dave-O leading, Newman second. And how about Zach Kerr? He won last week at The Rock. It's a totally different racetrack here in Bristol. Right now he's in third as Hackney goes after Borg for this spot to get the top 5.
Yeah, he's trying everything he can. He wants to stick to that inside, but Aaron Borg playing the defense to his tee right here. If I was Keith and I knew that he was faster and he just wanted to hurry up, get on around him, I would have faked him down to the inside, took that outside, and see if I could just power around him real quick, but not do it lap after lap. Just hurry up, get that pass done, get back down to the inside. But not going to be able to get there is Aaron Borg, the only privateer in this camp. Almost got to the outside of that number 819.
Up on the top side, keep it out of the 819. That's Dowling. Brody Dowling, 2 for 1. Borg on the bottom. Dowling's got him. Bam! Around Hackney. Around Borg, and Hackney going to return the favor, go for the crossover.
Wes, I think if I was Keith Hackney and I just saw what Brody... Oh, he got turned!
That's what you get. That's what you get, Miss Piggy. That's what you get, Miss Piggy. Thank you. Thank you for ruining my life.
Oh, Keith Hackney getting turned and backed into the outside wall. Miss Piggy not having a ride of her life as the caution flag going to come back on out.
That's what you get. That's what you get.
So we got another replay here brought to you by CT Electrical. Fitzroy Beaumont not going all the way down to the inside of the racetrack, getting in the rear bumper of Keith Hackney. Look at the run that Fitzroy gets, and he doesn't gear all the way down to the inside of the line. Kind of try to take a little bit of a higher approach, and Keith Hackney just wasn't expecting it. Fitzroy Beaumont. Oh, Scott Rankin, or is that Ethan Winter?
And all I know is Miss Piggy got plowed from behind, literally.
I know it was a red and white truck. I thought maybe it might have been Ethan Winter, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, that's Scott Rankin. Yeah, Scott Rankin.
Oh.
I'm not sure I mean, Dean, if you could go back and watch from Scott Rankin, he looks like he's going down to the inside, and then his truck loses traction and goes to the top. So I'm not sure if maybe he got a help from Tom Freer behind him, pushing him up. No, oh no. Or he was thinking Keith was going to come back down, and so he wanted to go up, and well, lo and behold, yeah, he tries turning at the last minute to not hit Keith Hackney, and there it is. Memorabilia, $59.99, 4 easy installments of $19.99 U.S. American dollars, with an autograph from Scott Rankin down in the number 59 pit box. If you guys wanted some memorabilia. But man, oh man, Miss Piggy, you got some explaining to do.
A little bit of a green flag run, not much. You cheater, you. How dare you? When you're ready to return back to the guy that makes money at the tracks instead of spends money tearing stuff up, you know where to find me. That's right.
Well, I just like Elmo, that, West.
Elmo will be next, Dylan. Elmo will be next. If they're out of the truck, they're out of the race. Nigel's out. He's done. Poor Nigel. Come on in, Nigel. Say hello.
With that really being said, we're on lap 58 out of 65, so we're going to have a nice little 4-lap shootout to end this stage number 1. Dave-O has been in control since he got in the lead off of Joshua Houghton. But now it's Brad Newman on that outside.
This has not been a nice stage number 1. You need to retract your previous statement. This has been just being honest. Come on, guys.
Well, I mean, it is Bristol. Bad Brad down to the inside. A little bit of a crossover on Zach Kerr. Zach Kerr gets forced to the outside. Brad Newman down to the inside, side by side. Into turns number 1 and 2. A little bit of a door beating and banging between these two. Oh, not going to be able to get clear. Here comes Ben Faulkner trying to take away P number 2. If these drivers get together, single filing it on out. Vermilion versus Lobs Esports. Down into turns number 1 and 2. It's still Brad Newman sitting P number 2.
Laps winding down now. 5 remaining. There's Newman. Newman's got Kerr behind him, and so is also Faulkner. But all this goes on with Dave-O Dianzak from Charleston, South Carolina. Got him a podium in the X Series on Tuesday night here at Bristol. And right now, he leads them now with 3 to go off 4.
Yeah, 3 to go in stage at number 1, trying to look to total up some more points for the number 311, currently sitting second in the points, 181 points to the good from the cut line, so he doesn't have to worry about anything. He's kind of just coasting all the way in and through as we have a road course next week at Coda. And so far, he's shown the dominant truck under green flag conditions. He's got almost a second gap over Brad and Newman, but with it only being 1 lap to go here, Wes, you're not really saving any more tire. You're just kind of burning and turning, getting these laps all the way through. Coming through turns number 3 and 4, Dave-O going to be able to get stage 1 win at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Yep, Dave-O gets it done. There he goes. And the caution will come out now for the Mod Squad 311 entry. Dave Olgie and Zach will take the stage over Newman. What a way for Brad Newman to climb back into the top 10 after an accident with Winner earlier. Brad Newman up to second. Zach Kerr, Rich Rockingham winner last week, is right now third. Faulkner fourth. Borg top 5. Williams, Dowling, Freer, Maloney, and Lavelle all getting stage points and coming to pit road.
Yeah, how about that? Trey Lavelle getting some stage points here in stage number 1, finishing out in a P number 10. Good start to the race for the number 67 of Trent Lavelle, CT Electrical sponsor. As everybody you can see down in the pit lane, single file all the way in and through. It is a single pit lane, so you got to go through the back stretch first, then go to the front stretch to get to your pit box. I can see 4 tires feel for these drivers and hopefully another green flag run all the way through the field for stage number 2.
So we have pit stops going on. CT Electrical Pit Stops. Nigel, if you want to join us, because you're out, you're out, Foxhole, you can come in and say hello. He's out. So Nigel's still out of the race. Everybody's out. Man, we tore up a lot of trucks in the opening stage, man. At least 7 or 8 trucks got tore up. I think we're down to 30 left in the race right now, Dylan.
Yeah, as we look here, the last pit stop info. Gary Wellman pit on lap number 13, 4 tires. Matt Danson on 68 with repairs. And then Dave O pitted under the stage. Behind him, everybody pit, 4 tires and fuel for a lot of these drivers. And talk about Matt Danson coming on out here. Started off of the race pace, getting his laps back for stage number 2. He's going to start P number 2, as it looks like Gary Wellman going to be the race leader with Matt Danson in P number 2. Third is going to be Dave O. Fourth is going to be, I believe that is Ben Faulkner. Fifth is going to be Aaron Borg. Sixth, Tyler Williams. Dowling in 7th, Freer in 8th. 9th is going to be Maloney, in running at your top 10 is going to be David Lawford.
And by the way, speaking of the 30 of Matt Danson, he finished in the podium along with Dave O and NASCAR driver Shane Van Gisbergen. He picked up his 2nd win this season with the X Series on Tuesday night. Shane Van Gisbergen driving for Lobs Esports. But Danson had probably one of his best finishes of the season on the X Series. Let's see if he can do it in the trucks. Back on the outside, green out, and we're at stage 2.
Yeah, stage 2 underway. Matt Danson not getting the restart that he really wanted. That's going to allow Dave-O to get up to P number 2. He's going to challenge for the race lead going into turn number 3 and 4. Up to the outside goes Gary Wellman as Dave-O tries it on that inside. He's going to be able to get door to door as Matt Danson gets loose coming out of turn number 3 and 4. He's going to smack the wall on the front stretch. And here comes Ben Faulkner now. Ben Faulkner, highest he has been is 3rd position, going to try to take away P number 2. But Dave O back to the race lead as Gary Wellman still rolling that outside, trying to keep these drivers on fresh tires behind him. Just not able to get down to the inside lane. He moves up to give a little bit of room to the number 28.
It is Vermillion. It is Simbor side by side. Now getting the pass. Ben Faulkner. He'll move now to 2nd position. That's the Vermillion Esports truck. Faulkner, the highest man, up to 2nd. Beaumont, 12th. Wellman now under attack with Danson and Williams on the bottom out of 3.
Yeah, Williams having a good run here as Matt Danson able to get around Gary Wellman. He's going to keep himself up in that final podium position as everybody's still trying to get around, and Matt Danson in the outside wall once again on the backstretch.
But a solid run now for Matt Danson, holding on to that 3rd position. Is right now Dave-O in the lead. Faulkner, Danson, Williams, and Freer, and we got a caution out again. Trouble on the racetrack. Looks like they're going to call the yellow for I'm not sure. It's not showing it on the track map. Whoever's in 31st and 25th, they were off the pace. So I think it's Kute Dow and Kelvin Clark.
Oh, Kute Dow not having a good stage 2. Getting involved in another accident.
Let's see what happened with these guys here. Well, I was just looking at the track map, and they were the most slowest off the pace. So, it's up ahead of them. Okay. That explains why they were on the binder slowing down, but I can't tell who it was. Maybe it was the number 4 truck. Maybe it was truck number 4. Let's see if it was the number 4 of Mr. Timo Blundell. Adam Gray, Blundell, or both. Watch this. It's up ahead of them. It's the 36 or the 136, David Lawler. He's the cause of the caution. And he right now is 31st. There it is. Watch the replay. Told you we'd find it. We find it, Dylan.
Yeah, we're able to find it. He got a little bit loose coming out of the corner. Aaron Dorman getting involved. Comes to a complete stop up on that high side. And Gary, the 57, able to get slowed down. He wasn't sure where the car was with all that smoke going each and up and down on the racetrack. Able to miss the 136 parked in the middle of the racetrack.
Oh, going around, David Lawler. Hang on. Woo, beep. Oh, there's a little contact there. One truck did get some damage there. And look, hey, show the 57. Show the 57. Vegemite, Adam Gray, Vegemite sandwiches. Look at this truck. You're going to see it right now. Look at this. We're going to zoom in on it. He says that you're speaking my language. Vegemite stops Ram. Did you read that? Did you see that, Dylan? The Vegemite stops Ram. I love it.
I did not see it until you pointed it out there. Oh. Uh-oh. With Keith Hackney being in a Dodge Ram, I believe he's the only Dodge Ram out here on the field, but it's going to be Dave O and Ben Faulkner.
There's another. Jake Maloney is in a Ram as well, the number 11.
Dave O able to get ahead of Ben Faulkner on that inside lane. He's going to be able to be single file top 3. Single file now is Tyler Williams getting around Matt Dancy Dance as top 5 now, single file. Tom Freer making his appearance in the top 5. Gary Wellman still falling back off of the not pitting after stage number 1. And here comes the 819 of Dowling making his presence known. First race in the Truck Series. Beautiful all-black truck. If anybody wants to sponsor the number 819, he's got plenty of space on that number 819. Brody for P1 Racing, trying to get himself up there in the top 5. Currently sitting in 6th.
Davo in the lead. Look at this now. Freer going after around Danson. This is for 4th.
Matt Danson, one of those drivers that has not made a pit stop all race long, even with all the cautions and the stage caution. He elected not to go down in a pit lane to take a set of tires, as he is still keeping somewhat good pace with the race leaders. He has dropped from 2nd all the way down to 7th in stage number 2, but now it's looking that we're going to get some nice green flag runs. Everybody's kind of taking their time now. They're figuring it out. Getting single file, not a lot of racing going on as we had one car up in the outside wall. Looks like that is going to be the number 57. No, I'm not sure exactly who it was, but not going to be in effect. He's going to keep it out of the way. Aaron Borg trying to get around Brody Dowling down to that inside. Not going to be able to make it happen. He's going to try to regroup, get back up to that number 819, and to see if he can't pass him on the outside. Aaron Borg to the front. As Fitzroy Beaumont now getting around the number 45, almost gets into it as Jared Gilbert is presented a black flag in that number 237. Might have gotten into pit lane just a little bit too quick.
Look at Holdsworth on the inside of the 11. This is, by the way, for 12th. That's Jake Maloney. That's the other Ram we talked about in the field there. Alongside it. Got like a camouflage. Well, where's Waldo type crap job on that Roman truck.
We need a hashtag where's Wesley. That's what he needs to put on.
That's my social media line. You know, I use that everywhere I go on the road. Where hashtag where's Wesley.
That's why I said it, huh?
Yes, sir. Hashtag where's Wesley.
See, I pay attention.
I was around your neck of the woods last week. Well, not literally, but I mean, I was closer to you, I guess.
Well, you may never know, Wes. You might be down there for Winchester 400. If you're down there for Winchester 400, we're definitely going to have to get our
Been there
pork
before.
tenderloin.
I've been there
Yeah.
before.
Definitely got to take you out to get a nice pork tenderloin, as that's what Indiana's known for. I don't think Wesley wants to go bowling with Dylan. No,
I'm a good bowler, okay? Don't challenge me. I'm telling you. Announcer bowl off. Announcer bowl off.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, I have never bowled a 300 game, but I got close twice now, 289 and 299. And so far, it looks like Fitzroy Beaumont trying to find a way around the number, I believe that is, what, 236, or is it the 52? 52, excuse me. Of Angus Lawford. Fitzroy up to the outside, Holdsworth down to the inside. A little bit of looseness from Fitzroy Beaumont. Trying to run that middle lane. Now he's going to skate out to the outside wall. A little bit of closeness between Scott Rankin and Fitzroy Beaumont, able to get on around as Jason Holdsworth holding his own, getting a really good point stay out here in the number 8 machine. And here comes Bad Brad down to the inside. Almost got into the number 11. Brad Newton's not afraid to make those moves, put his truck into a position where no other man would go. Yes, he's going to be able to make that pass on the number 11. He's now looking at the 72 and the 16, trying to figure out what way he needs to go around.
He said, Lob's all by himself tonight. Jared Philsell, I think, got a suspension or something. They told him to take a week off. He can't race at anything.
Fitzroy Beaumont getting out of the way of Brad and Newman. Now Brad Newman currently sitting up there in, I believe, 11th position, getting ready to track down Jason Holdsworth, who holds 10th position. Jason Holdsworth, one of those drivers who needs a really good race here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. He's able to keep it inside the top 10. A beautiful run for Adam Briggs down on that inside. Synergy Racing, Sim Racing, down to the inside of the number 72, trying to make a pass on Fitzroy Beaumont. Top side, definitely going to be where you need to be. Trent Lavelle currently stuck in the middle of it. A 3-wide situation. Trent Lavelle hard on the outside wall. He's going to get past a 4-for-1, 5-for-1. Going into turns number 3 and 4, 3 and 4, and it's all a Matt Dancy dance, trying to get back around the number 12 of Zach Kerr, who's making his way back up the race.
Yeah, what a solid run, and we're understanding Matt Danson has yet to pit. He has not pitted yet.
And this is going to create havoc right here. Jason Holdsworth, fast truck up on the outside. He's got Matt Danson right in front of him, but he's got Brad Newman to his inside. He's going to let Brad Newman go. Jason Holdsworth going to look for the reach. Not going to take the 3-wide position. He's going to sit behind Danson. He's going to go down to the inside. Matt Danson, 107 laps on those tires and on fuel. So I wonder if this is a long game for Matt Danson as we're coming to 20 laps to go in stage number 2.
Yeah, what a solid run here as they go down across the stripe. Look at Holdsworth now going after Danson for that spot. This is for 10. Now, notice, I will say this though, Dylan. Notice how Danson is falling back. I mean, he's tethering with the top 10, but obviously, I think he's saving something here, right? We're at lap 46 of 65. I think he's trying to hold on to these last 20 laps here in stage 2 to at least get to lap 130, and then he's going to come down to the pit lane at the end of these 2 stages. Can he hold out these last 2 stages? That's the question.
I think Matt Danson is and can hold out. I mean, if he can go over 120 laps on tires and fuel, Matt Danson has played that strategy out to perfection. Granted, you get a long green flag run, caution comes out, definitely going to have to go in and take tires, but he's got the tire advantage over everybody else in the field who has taken 1 set or 2 sets already. Matt Danson took no sets so far, so Matt Danson looking to out-strategize everybody in this field for tire wear.
Yes, he did. He made it work. Sure did.
Chris Bleakley currently sitting at P number 15. Gary Wellman all over his back bumper. And other drivers all over that number 22 trying to find a way around. Jake Maloney down to the inside. The only other Ram other than Keith Hackney trying to make his way around Matt Dancy Dance. Not able to get the job done as of right now. Bleakley thought about making it 3 wide, thought better of it. He's going to sit behind these 2 drivers that they're battling for position. Bleakley, a little bit of a fast truck, trying to find a way around, just nowhere to go. And that's just one thing about Bristol, Wes, is you can have a really good and fast truck. It's just being patient enough to make those runs around these drivers and not put yourself in a position where you're wrecking yourself or wrecking others with you, kind of like Cletus McFarland in the Rockingham race, Daytona, everything. I mean, if you want to be honest.
And you see he's not running Talladega either because he doesn't have the skill set to do it.
If you want to be honest, Cletus McFarland and Brad Newman share something in common. They both go 3 wide on lap 3.
Yeah. Let's go back to the race with Faulkner there and Williams. That's 2nd and 3rd. I think honestly, Dylan's trying to poke the bear to get me like off
No.
You know what I think about that guy. Don't get me started.
Yep.
Dave O, by the way, trying to sweep the stages, guys. He's won stage 1. They're trying to get stage 2. As Faulkner now under attack by Williams. Here comes the 99 to the inside. Can he clear him? Not yet. Door to doors, they go to 3.
Yeah, big wiggle out of Ben Faulkner coming out of the corner. He's going to tank slap the wall, and that allowed Tyler Williams to get a big run down to the inside. He's able to get a run, but not able to make the pass, and here comes Brody. Brody might get the best of these 2. Brody going to run the outside, get a nice little run, maybe dive down to the inside into the corner. Just give it a couple more laps, 6 laps to go in stage number 2. Dave O with a 2.5 second lead over 2nd position. But here he comes, Brody to the outside of the number 99, and it looks like today's Tom Freer, Mean Stride, he's going to follow the number 819 on that outside, trying to make it a 2 for 1. And here comes Brody.
That's right. Solid run right now for that driver, Dave O. And here comes the move on the bottom. Look at now, Brody Dowling on the bottom of the 819, getting around Faulkner. Carrying Dowling around Faulkner, but not yet. Williams and Freer watching along. So is that Kerr, last week's winner at Rockingham. And we're going to try to go 3 wide here. Nope, not yet. Final laps in stage number 2. Oh, and by the way, Brad Newman is in 7th.
Almost had a little bit of a 3 wide situation there. Got a little bit of a push from Tyler Williams going into the corner. Going to be able to excel himself up past Brody once again, but still side by side for these drivers. Did Brody get around to the number 28 this time? Yes, he is. He's not going to be clear, but Brody coming out of surge number 1 and 2 is going to be clear this time. Now it's 3-way battle between the 28, the 41, and the 99. Right behind him is Dave O. In lap traffic as stage 2 is officially over. Caution flag coming out, and Dave O able to sweep both stages. But Wes, I think if Brody can be in clean air, I think there's going to be one hell of a fight between the 819 and the 311 for a race win here tonight.
Dave-O, another stage win. He's back-to-back, by the way, winning both stages. What a run for Dave-O. But I'm going to tell you guys, what strategy for Newman? Newman's coming down pit road now. Remember, he stretched this thing all the way 130 laps before he come to the pits. Matt Danson, I'm sorry, not Newman. I meant Matt Danson. But anyhow, Matt Danson stretched this thing out, and now he's finally pitting.
No, I think he can go another 120 lap. But to make it 130 laps on the same set of tires, wind and fuel, that says something to the rest of the field. Like, if there is another caution, these drivers that have pit now 2 to 3 times are going to be down 2 to 3 sets of tires over Matt Danson, who's only taken 1 set of tires this entire race. And now we're going to see what type of racing for the final stage. We went stage number 2 with only 1 or 2 cautions in a stage 2, and then the rest were all green flag race. Can we find that same rhythm for stage number 3? It's 120 laps to the end of the race.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what takes place here, because obviously there's drivers that are having different strategy. Everybody has a different scenario that they want to play out. Matt Danson stayed out the entire 2 stages before he come down to the pit lane first time, and he is now still in the top 10 in that Altus Engineering. Remember, he did pretty good in the X Series, got himself a podium on Tuesday night, so we'll see what he can do in the truck. What a run here, man.
So looking at the standings as of right now, Kute Dow needs points, Jason Holdsworth needs points, Brandon Chooch Griffiths needs points, Ben Faulkner sitting up P5, the first half of this race, is in good contention too to have really good points. Matt Danson finding his way up towards the front. Gary Wellman was up towards the front in stage number 2. Chris Bleakley. So everybody in the red that we have seen on the standings after Rockingham, as you see on your screen, everybody that we see on these standings other than Kute Dow has been having a really good stage number 2. Jason Holdsworth currently sitting P number 7 on the raceway.
I was just about to say, you stole my words. The best of any driver in the red right now is Holdsworth, back in 6th or 5th now. Go back to green.
Yeah, look at that. Jason Holdsworth down on the inside. Brody making that mistake on the outside. 3 wide off turns number 3 and 4. Oh, there goes. We're still green. Gary Wellman getting involved. Oh, there it goes again. Oh, Brad Wright, hard of the inside wall. That's going to be bringing out our caution. Aaron Borg tagging him. And Scott Rankin comes flying in there. The 136, Aaron Dorman. Oh, man, a lot of tore up race trucks on this third and final stage. They got ice in their veins, Dean. Ice in their veins. Oh, 4 wide. Oh, the 11 getting tagged just a little bit of a nose damage. He's able to roll away from it nice and easy. Trelevell missing it, and here comes Scott Rankin. Not sure what happened to Scott in the 136, and then obviously Aaron Dorman getting involved as well. Look at on board from Jared Gilbert. No. Oh. Oh, Scott Rankin.
Oh, wow. Look at, and we saw the accidents take place. We saw those trucks get in the wall there, Dylan, and no caution was thrown. And then we saw what happened with Brad Wright and the other driver there. And then look at this. Nowhere to go for these other trucks like Lawler, like Rankin. Just spinning the miss.
And Lawler and Rankin were actually slowing down. They saw the accident happen in front of them. They were slowing down. As you seen the 45 and the other drivers getting involved, the 43 still warm tires from getting loose in the corner. It just comes off of the corner. See here, I believe it started with Tom Freer. Believe Tom Freer got into the side of Shane Bowen, and Aaron Borg ended up getting loose coming into the corner. Yeah, there it is. Not Scott Rankin, Tom Freer. It all starts coming off turns number 3 and 4, that 3 wide situation. And Tom Freer kind of slides up to give enough room down to the inside, and Shane Bowen just wrong place, wrong time. So I guess, Wes, you could say it was kind of a blessing and a curse for the number 38 as green flag back out on the racetrack. Zach Kerr second, Brad Newman back up to P, number 3, battling for second position over Zach Kerr side by side. Can't even fit a piece of paper between those two going through the corners. Zach Kerr a little bit loose coming off turns number 3 and 4. Another beating and banging Zach Kerr to the outside wall. No love lost between those two, the 12 and the 1.
I'm loving the strategy that we're seeing by Brad Newman, right? Brad is worked, fell back, climbed back up again, worked his way back to second. Solid run for him. As now Zach Kerr, Holdsworth battle side by side. And guess who's right back in there again? The Ram of Keith Hackney.
Yeah, Keith Hackney having a very silent stage number 2, working his way diligently up through the field. Jason Holdsworth looking to get around that Vermilion East course driver of Zach Kerr. He's going to get clear. Looking like he had a little bit of nitrous on the back bumper of that number 8 machine. Going to be able to get clear of the number 12. And he's going to boot, scoot, and boogie on away from that battle for P number 6. As Keith Hackney trying to get around his own Holdsworth getting involved. Tyler Williams getting spun out. Not a lot of damage for that number 8 machine, but still, now what you want to see happen right in front of you at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Caution out. Tyler Williams, 99. By the way, if you're keeping track, this is the 12th of the race. I think there was only 8 cautions for the Xfinity Series race on Monday or Tuesday night.
We're going to look here, see what happens to Tyler Williams. We get a nice little onboard. We're going to see if he gets loose going into the corner or if he gets loose from a little bit of a bump. Yeah, no, he just ended up getting loose. It's just that little hit from that Project 36 machine that ends up sending him sideways, but still, he didn't hit the inside wall. He just got a little bit of a tap. Yeah, he already lost it there. The 52, Angus Lawford, gets in the back of him. And such a slow yet spin, and Holdsworth, just a little bit of a nudge to kind of help him spin it back on around. But getting those tires locked down to stop sliding and not damage that truck any more than what it is, absolute superb by Tyler Williams.
Dave O is just simply dominating this race. I know that he's been plagued by cautions and cautions. But Brad Newman is there. Oh, yeah, bump and run time. But I think it's too early for that right now. You still have 100 laps to go. I just, took out Ethan Winter. That's the one I can count.
Zach Kerr. If the Intimidator could be summed up in one word, it would be Brad Newman. He is the iRacing's Intimidator of the race here
For the
at
Australian Series, yeah.
He doesn't mean to wreck them. He just wants to rattle the cage just a little bit. But double file restarts once again here at the last great Coliseum. Bristol Motor Speedway. Dave-O down the inside. Going to lead these drivers back to green flag racing. We are underway. Beautiful restart by Dave-O. He's going to be single file in turn number 1 and 2. Same with Brad and Newman. Angus Lawford on that outside with Brody down on his inside. Keith Hackney on the outside trying to get himself up in that podium position as everybody still side by side. Jason Holtzman is going to be single file right behind this 2x2 battle. And then you have the number 72 trying to figure out a way around all these drivers. Wrecks have been far and few between the top 10, the middle 20, and towards the back. So it doesn't matter where you're at on this racetrack, a wreck could find you as Keith Hackney back down to the inside.
Keep an eye on the 6 of Hackney. We know how strong his truck can be. How about Lawford, man? I don't want to jinx Angus Lawford, Project 36, but a strong run for him tonight. And another caution, go figure. Yellow flag, big wreck, Williams involved, Griffiths involved, Gilbert, Dale, Dorman, Clark, all involved. Big scatter coming into turn number 2.
Oh, Brandon Truce Griffiths having some engine issues there. You've seen the black smoke coming out of the rear bumper of that number 36 for Project 36. You can see it here. All the gaggle of cars, throw a blanket over them, see what exactly happens as everybody. Oh, Gary Wellman getting loose up on that outside, tags Tyler Williams. Oh, you see it there. Trey Lavelle escaping by the grit of his teeth through the middle. That is a lot of good drivers that needed a good points night here, Wes, are involved.
Yeah, look at Wellman. Had a really good run going for him tonight, and then all of a sudden up in the top, up in the marbles, if you will, the tater patch, and around goes the 45, 99 of Williams around. There goes Griffiths. There goes Dow, the 26 up in the fence as well. Oh, boy, I'm just sick of these cautions. This is what's making this race not fun. Tired of the yellow flags. I'm just over it.
Joshua Houghton coming in late, getting in.
8 cautions for the X Series on Tuesday night. We bypassed that. We've almost doubled it, Dylan.
Yeah, definitely not want to have all these cautions. Jared Gilbert getting involved, a late runner for this caution. Just not sure, not exactly sure what happened to Jared Gilbert. They're not sure if his brakes were up to heat to get that truck slowed down in time, but a big hit by Jared Gilbert. Going to look on board with Aaron Dorman. Already putting the peaky blinders on. He's going to be able to get stopped. Joshua Houghton gets into Aaron Dorman. Wes, that's what I'm talking about. You can be anywhere on this racetrack, and that wreck will find you at some point during this race. I believe a lot of these drivers have hit everything but the pace car. If the pace car was being able to
Green.
Please, let's have a 75-lap green flag run. By the way, Dean, I see a lot of people are trying to steal your new block on other iRacing leagues. I got you. I'm just like, man, it can't have nothing. As soon as you try to do something new, they copy you.
Keith Hackney making his way up to P number 2. He's going to get around Brad Newman around the outside. Miss Piggy go around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. He's going to take over P number 2. So now it's Dave O and Keith Hackney, respectively, sitting 1, 2. It's where they've been at majority of the season, with Keith Hackney leading the league with the most race wins. Dave O closely behind as Nitro Racing's Jason Holdsworth, currently sitting 6th, looking to take over 5th position from Angus Lawfer, looking down on that inside, but Angus has the run on that outside. He's going to be able to boot, scoot, and boogie around and away from Jason Holdsworth, as Matt Dancy Dance, currently sitting in 7th position, trying to get on around as the top 5 and 6th go hard to the outside wall coming off turn number 4.
Sideways, hold on to it. Look at Freer. Look at Holdsworth, man. Oh, that's it. I ain't saying nothing about nobody no more.
Oh, a little bit of a shunt there, just very little, but able to hold on to it goes Jason Holdsworth. Matt Danson trying to find a way around the number 8 machine, not able to do it, but Holdsworth has that bottom locked down tight. If I was Matt Danson and I know he's going to go down to the inside, I'm taking my truck to the outside, get around that number 8 machine, make it nice and quick to get back down to the inside. But everybody trying to find their groove, get some green flag laps in their laps, as Fitzroy Beaumont, a little bit of contact between him and the 72, still side by side. Aaron Borg around the outside, currently sitting at 13th, making a pass for 12th, and not going to be able to get it done this time by, as 72 still holding strong down on the inside.
Dave-O in the lead. Exactly. Look out! Watch the bottom. Here comes the 72. Adam Briggs going after Beaumont and Borg. Couldn't clear him.
Adam Briggs had a little bit of a pucker moment there, and then Aaron Borg thought about making it 3 wide, but thought better of it, backed out of it, let Fitzroy Beaumont have the position, learned to fight another quarter for the rest of the race. They're going to be single filed out. Adam Briggs currently sitting 13th now. He's going to lose those 2 positions. Now he's got to figure out a way to try to regain all of those, as all 3 of them start running the middle to top lane. And here we go. Challenge for the race lead. The number 6 of Keith Hackney all over the back bumper of Dave O. Both of them running the inside lane, as we have a caution on the racetrack. Aaron Borg getting involved. And man, oh man, here we go again.
We got Hackney pitting. We got Newman pitting. Dave-O didn't pit, neither did Jake Maloney, but everyone else came down pit road. Did he hesitate and peel down and miss the pit entrance? See, this is what gets me. So we see what happens here. Beaumont into Borg. There it is. Briggs miss. And then everybody peels down on pit road. And see, this is what I don't understand about this series, Dylan. Other leagues I work with, when a caution comes out, the caution's throwed, the field waits for the pace truck. These guys peeled on to pit road immediately. Watch this. See, there's the caution. There's the pace truck. And now Dave-O stays out, and look at these other guys pulling in. You can't do that. How do you do that? But I'm saying, how do you get away with that? That's not, I mean, I don't understand that, because you're supposed to wait for the pace truck to catch the field, Dylan. Pit road's closed.
Yeah, that one kind of hurt Dave-O on that. Normally how it goes is once the pace truck comes out, you do one full pace lap to get everybody together. Then pit road is open.
So I
then everybody can go down in
for that. show it one more time, Dean. Dean, show it one more time. So watch it. We're not showing you the accident. We're showing you the caution. Here comes the field. Back straightaway. Caution lights are on. Not yet. They're still racing. Hang on.
Now they're out.
Now the caution's out. Okay, here comes the pace truck. Pace truck's rolling, but it hasn't caught the leaders yet. Right. There's the pace truck. The leaders are not behind the pace truck yet.
Wrong yellow, like
Yeah,
I
think
believe you're in the wrong
caution.
yellow.
You're under the wrong yellow, Dean. They're back to green. Anyhow, everybody else saw what happened. They need to enforce that you have to stay behind the pace truck a full lap before you come down the pit road. I just don't understand what we just saw here.
Oh, Keith Hackney, heart of the
We
outside
got a big
wall.
wreck. Oh,
Oh,
man,
no.
what a hit. Keith Hackney was airborne. Wow.
Immediately toes into pit lane. Caution out once again. As we see here, Keith Hackney all the way out to the outside. They're almost 3 wide. Well, they are 3 wide. Brad Newman put Keith Hackney in a super bad position already. Into turns number 1 and 2, going to be 3 wide. Brad Newman not making many friends. He's going to be able to take that position away from Tyler Williams. And then Keith Hackney. I wonder if it was Ben Faulkner. Oh, look at this. Yeah, Ben. Okay. So he slowed down to miss Fitzroy. Ben Faulkner was there. Keith Hackney then comes back down, collects Ben Faulkner, gets airborne off the inside wall. Oh, Brody gets involved in the 819, an immediate tow by the number 6. Not a good night for the number 6 of Keith Hackney and Brody. Man, what a strong, stellar performance by Brody here tonight. Just wrong place, wrong time for that 819 Ford F-150. That's championship implications, yes, sir.
Man, what a hit. That's all I got to say. Keith Hackney took a hard hit.
Yeah. I think Matt Danson needs to go dancing on the stage and get those get those dollar bills.
Me and Dean were just in sync with each other.
So as it sits right now, Dave O sitting in P number 1 has yet to pit Matt Danson. We already know we can go 129,000 laps without a pit stop. Bad Brad has fought tooth and nail, Intimidator style, all the way up to the front once again. And now it's the battle west of old tires versus new. Bad Brad sitting in third with new tires. The top 2 on old. Can and will these old tires hold off the new tires as we're back to green flag racing with a single file restart?
Get me to Kansas, please. Oh, Newman! And he got into the 11th. Oh, Jake Maloney. He just gave a bump. He just gave a bump and run. Maybe a little too early for that, but is it really all breaks around in the 72? Oh, no.
You know, bumpers maybe.
We have now doubled the caution count of the X Series on Tuesday night here at Bristol. My goodness, man. It's Brad Newman's fault, Dylan. Brad Newman started it.
I don't know about this being Brad's fault on this one. This one was kind of
Right.
towards the
He
back.
started
Ben
it.
Faulkner up on the outside. He gets a really good run off of Adam Briggs down to that inside. And I think he tried to cover off that run and just misjudged it, hesitated. In this series, you can't have any hesitation. Just learn from Brad Newman. No hesitation. Put your truck where it needs to be. Sometimes works good, sometimes works bad, but oh yeah, the big stack up right off the rip on that restart. Brad Newman, new tires.
Yeah, I was saying Brad Newman got this going, being aggressive, and look at this. Okay, I'm not saying that there's any right or wrong here, but I mean, there's just there's no need for that right now. I'm just being honest with you. I don't know if I'm all the Australian NASCAR people. I'm telling Brad Newman, you've been posted here. That this is not. You don't need to be doing this right now. You don't need to.
If I was the number 11 in this situation on that restart, and I seen Brad Newman get a really good restart like that, I would have just let him go. Me personally, from a racing aspect, with a lot of racing left in this race, I would have just moved over, save myself the contact, save myself the hit to the outside wall, even though the 11 didn't hit the outside wall.
But hang on a second. To retract your point, you talk about let the 11 let him go. The one didn't even give the chance to the 11 to even move out of the way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he literally just goes below. Look at this. I mean, he went below the apron. Yeah, you can do that here. It's not like Talladega or Daytona, but he goes below the apron, like Dean said. Look at this, and he don't even give the 11 the option to even get the hell out of the way, Dylan. He can't even. It happened so fast. Where do you go? Yeah. Now I see your point about, hey, the 11 knows the one's coming, move out of the way, let him have that spot, but he didn't even give him that option.
Yeah. I mean, there's always there's always a time and place to be aggressive. Right off the restart, though, is not the time to be that aggressive. At least let them get through turns number 1 and 2, get those trucks up to 4th gear and get them up to full song, and then fight for the other corner.
Green flag.
And just like you said, you don't have to force yourself down into a position where you're taking out another guy because you want to hurry up and get that position. But green, a flag back on out.
With Dave away from the one. He knows the one's coming. I don't know. It just flips. And I'm not against the bump and run. You got to do what you got to do, like with 10 laps to go, but not with 70 laps to go, like what we're seeing. There's still plenty of racing left. There's no need to be doing stuff like that. And we've seen Brad Newman do some bump and running to people earlier. I mean, it's just, there's no need to start running over people with 200 laps to go, Dylan. No need for that.
Yeah, as we look on board, Jason Holdsworth sitting at P number 3 on the field. A really good race run from Jason Holdsworth. Knock on wood that he doesn't get the broadcaster's curse, but he's pulling away from Matt Danson and Tyler Williams into 4th and 5th, respectively. And here comes Aaron Borg now down to the inside. Got that truck fixed. Today's Tom Freer, he's on the outside of Angus Lawford, and there's Ben Faulkner going down to the inside, going to try to get around Tom Freer on that inside. He's going to be able to take that position away. They're all single file once again with Chris Bleakley following close behind.
And another
flag.
Another yellow flag out again. We got trouble. This time it's going to be Brad Wright turning in the wrong direction, lap 170 at 250. Oh, man.
I'm asking for a friend. Does anybody know any good repair shops around town? Or? So Dave O electing to go into pit lane this time by is Brad Wright. Getting loose all by himself down to the inside wall. That's going to relinquish the lead on over to Brad Newman. But what does Dave-O do now? I mean, he's going to be in traffic. Last week at Rockingham, we seen Dave-O in traffic getting to one driver, trying to pit from the middle lane down into pit lane last week, trying to pull a Matt Danson, and ended up causing an incident with that driver. Now the roles are reversed. Dave-O's got to work through all this traffic to get back up to the front. We know Dave-O's got a fast truck, Wes, but is the patience still going to be there with just a little? Oh, laps are winding down. 197 out of 250, so coming up to 50 laps to go. How much patience is Dave-O going to have to get back up there to the front?
I'm over this race, Dylan. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm over this race. I'm ready for them to throw the checker flag out. Like, seriously. What are we, an hour and 22 minutes? Like, sim time is 32 minutes left. Are they even going to finish the distance, or are we going to lose the race because of sim time? Like, I mean, it just...
15-second lap times, 50 laps. I can see it.
I mean, you would think
ending.
so, yes. But, I mean, if they keep wrecking like they are, no.
But looking at the standings once again, Holdsworth sitting P number 2 now, since Dave-O went into pit lane. He's going to be above the cut line, so Jason Holdsworth is going to be there where it needs to be. Fitzroy Borg is looking good too. Yeah, Griffiths is out. Riley Curtis isn't racing tonight. Blaine Densley. I don't think Blaine Densley's in. Angus is looking really good too.
Green, green, green.
So a lot of shakeups in the top 20, but Brad Newman, beautiful restart on that out inside lane. Jason Holdsworth able to cut off the run from Matt Dancy Dance. Down on that inside, he's going to go back up to the top. Aaron Borg with a beautiful run on that outside, and Jason Holdsworth playing defense essentially back here in P number 2. Brad Newman starting to get away just a little bit, but again, 50 laps to go. Your patience is going to wear a little bit more thin, a lot more thinner than these drivers out here on the racetrack. Actions detrimental, championship implications, tempers flaring, bumpers flying. Everybody's out for blood as Dave-O hard in the outside wall with a little bit of looseness involved with that number 311, but he's trying to find a way back up to the front.
And now Brad Newman has the lead. Holdsworth second. Behind him is Hanson. And look at now Lawford and Borg battle. This is for 4th and 5th as they work all 4.
Jason Holdsworth having a little bit of connection issues there, a little bit of blinky blink, but able to hold it on as Angus Lawford to the outside of Aaron Borg, trying to make himself appear into the top 5 as he's sitting currently 5th, trying to get up to the top 4, maybe even the top 3. He's got a really good run on that outside, trying to get to the outside of Matt Danson within a lap or 2.
Staying comfortably in that spot is now Borg on the inside of Lawford. Right there with him, side by side. Dave-O got to work his way back to the field. He's right now in 8th position, just outside these pack. It's Newman now, gets company from Holdsworth for the lead out of 4.
Holdsworth trying to find a way, but here comes Matt Danson. A little bit of tightness from the number 30 machine side by side for P number 2. Matt Danson runs Holdsworth up the racetrack. Holdsworth not going to be happy about that one, but going to relinquish P number 2 to Matt Danson, who's showing a little bit of speed. Dave-O back up to 8th position. He's a man on a mission, wants to get that lead back, get the clean air. He makes light and quick work. He's now up to 7th. Next driver on his radar is going to be Tom Freer. 42 laps to go here at Bristol. Top 2 now battling for the race lead. Matt Danson high, wide, and handsome on that outside. Brad Newman going to not block the run from Matt Danson. Back up to the outside. goes dancing in that number 30 machine. Two juggernauts on the field trying to get their next race win. Hard in the outside wall goes Matt Danson.
Brad Newman has just been given the black flag. I think the Australian NASCAR Series has seen enough. And the black flag for Brad Newman, he is out of this race. Unbelievable. With 40 to go, a drop-through penalty for Brad Newman. Unbelievable. This changes everything here, Dylan.
Yeah, it does change everything. Not sure if maybe Brad Newman hit the incident limit on Matt Danson. They were battling fairly hard. He was running them up the racetrack, just got a little bit too aggressive there. Is Angus Lawford. What a hell of a run from the number 52 machine. He's currently sitting second, but Jason Holdsworth with the race lead as it sits right now. Is Dave-O going to be a team player and let Jason Holdsworth get a race win here at Bristol? Or is Dave-O going to go for the whole shebang and get their next race win, make him a three-time winner here in the Australian NASCAR Truck Series?
Entering back out on the racetrack amongst all these leaders. And probably the best thing he's done the entire night is let him have at it, boys, and race on.
Brad Newman got out of the way of the top three as they sit right now, and this is what Jason Holdsworth wants to see. These two side by side for position number 2, but not able to get away. Angus Lawford edging out over Dave-O in P number 2, but Dave-O, freshest tires in the field, not able to get the run. Here comes Angus on the outside. Do we have a pass? No. Jason going to be able to cut off that run. Does he run the outside? No. All three running the middle to low. Dave-O has the advantage on that outside. Not able to get it done. Still single file for the top 3.
Tell you something. You guys better watch the 30 and the 1, because if the 30 can get to the 1, I got a feeling if there's going to be a retaliation or not. Wellman pulls out of line, drops to the inside, lets them race on.
Lawford getting the race lead. Dave-O relinquishing P number 2. Jason Holdsworth goes back to third position. That lap traffic kind of caught Jason Holdsworth in a bad place. And now Jason sitting at P number 3. Aaron Borg in 4th. Today's Tom Freer. Mean Stride in 5th. And you got Bleakley and Maloney going head-to-head for position number 6 and 7.
Under 30 to go now. Dave-O going after Lawford. This is for the lead. This is for the win here at Bristol. Back straightaway. Dave-O pitted last, got new fresh tires. Then there's 52. He'll go to the inside and look for the lead out of 4.
Not able to get it done there, but he's eyeing up that cut down run off of turns number 3 and 4. There it is. He's going to be side by side. He's got a little bit of a fender on him, but Lawford going to have the run coming off of the corner. He's going to be clear of Dave-O once again. And I think as of right now, Wes, you have to protect that top. You see how much of a run you get, and that's exactly what Angus Lawford's doing. He just has to have the lap down trucks of Brad Wright and others follow the same suit. This is where it gets interesting. Still, Dave-O down the inside. Here we go, side by side off turns number 3, 1 and 2.
That truck, Brad Wright goes topside, says, have at it, boys. Dave-O. Here comes Lawford. Project 36 trying to get a win here in Bristol. He's back to the lead on the outside. Dave-O back to the bottom.
Yeah, this is the enticing part of the run. Side by side once again as they work off of turns number 3 and 4. Angus that time by your race leader, but Dave-O not going to give him an inch. He's going to fight tooth and nail. Look at all the room he's giving. Doesn't want anybody getting involved in any more wrecks. This is the race for the race win, and still a fender gap between these two drivers. It is Dave-O on the inside for Nitro Racing and Project 36. Outlier Speed Co. on the outside. Here comes traffic. It looks like Joshua Houghton is going to be our next driver going to one lap down. Where's he going to go? Is he going to get out of the way for Vermilion Esports? And he's going to trap. Oh, he's using him as a pick. Here we go. 3 wide coming off the corner.
Going high, going low. It's Lawford finally clearing by Dave-O. Dave-O now back down to the bottom. And while this goes on, they clear by more lap traffic. Holmesworth losing ground on the leaders. He's now mired behind those lap machines as they go back into 1.
Down into turns number 1 and 2. Angus Lawford still the race leader, under 20 laps to go. Both drivers running the outside in with the cut down. Goes to 3:11. Still side by side across the start finish line. Here we go, down to the inside. Can Dave-O make this bottom work?
A little wiggle there for just a moment from Dave-O on the bottom of the racetrack. Up high goes to the outside lane. That's Lawford. Push that a line. Dave-O powers back to the driver door. They're side by side in the corner.
This is the longest side by side battle of the race so far. Not hitting each other, racing respectfully, both position 1 and position 2. Dave-O showing the respect that the other driver gets. Dave-O, a little bit of looseness going into the corner, able to categorize it, get that truck back under control, and look at the cut down that Dave-O has, and look at the run he gets. You would think if Angus Lawford gives up that top, it's all said and done for the 52. He's keeping that defensive line running the outside, and look at that, Dave-O running the tire tracks. By the end of the corner, he's down to the inside, side by side once again.
Under 15 remaining now, side by side. Lawford up on the high side. Dave-O, plenty of room. Give it back on the bottom. Dave-O now to the inside groove. Top side, middle lane is Lawford. They're still right there side by side. Best racing we've watched so far in Bristol as we go to the home stretch of this one tonight out of turn 2.
Yeah, 13 laps to go here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Already you can see it down there in the bottom right-hand corner. Commentators, myself, Dylan McDonald, and Wesley Outland up here in the booth for the Australian NASCAR Truck Series. A lot of cautions, but a lot of green flag racing as the final 12 laps coming at you. High, wide, and handsome goes the top 2. Another cut down by Dave-O, not able to get to the back bumper this time by 11 laps to go here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
And let's not lie to our audience. This has been the second longest green flag run of the night, plagued by more cautions than we've seen in even the X Series on Tuesday. Double that down to the inside. Dave-O cannot clear by the machine of Lawford. Lawford now drops back down, throws the block on. There's lap track up ahead. That's Maloney. He'll get out of the way. That's third Pete as they work again on the high side on 4.
Lawford looking for, I believe, his very first win here in the Australian Trucks. He's looking to capitalize for Project 36. Project 36 been involved in a lot of controversy over the past couple weeks with race wrecks and not getting in the top 10 finishes. But Angus Lawford for Project 36 currently leads the way as Dave-O loose behind him. He's got nothing but clean air in front of him. 8 laps to go here at Bristol. He's got possibly more lap traffic in front of him. There it is. There's the gap. Manage the gap. Don't put yourself in a bad position. And Angus Lawford still leading the way. Dave-O kind of losing pace over this number 52 machine. He's got to get a little bit of relief from that number 311 as Angus Lawford is cruising to his first victory here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Did he save enough? That's the question, Dylan. There's 4 or 5 lap trucks up ahead. They're going to overtake him before this race is over. Dave-O back to the inside. Lap trucks in the midst of Lawford as they come to the line. 5 to go in Bristol.
5 to go. Dave-O getting a little bit loose coming out of the corner. 1 lap truck staying up high. He's going to take away the race line from Angus Lawford. That's Adam Briggs. He's going to be able to get around him nice and clean. Both leaders running the inside. Get away from the lap traffic. They're back up to the outside. Adam Briggs hard to the outside wall. Now catching up to Ben Faulkner. Ben Faulkner going to stay down to the inside. Let Angus Lawford get around on the outside. Here we go. 3 laps to go from Bristol, and it's all up to the lap traffic to get out of the raceway of the race leaders.
Now holding onto that spot as they work the back straightaway. Wofford now goes up top. He clears by the machine of Faulkner for Vermillion. Open the door now to Davo. Davo now changing up lanes. He'll go to the inside. He'll go to the outside. He'll now pick up another truck. Lap trucks in front of the leader. But Wofford finds daylight. The white flag is out this time by in Bristol.
No overtime is going to be needed, and there's going to be a big party in the Project 36 camp. He's got a lot of lap trucks in front of him, but through turns number 3 and 4, for the final time, it's going to be Angus Lawford getting his first win in the Australian Truck Series.
About that.
Davo finishing P number 2. Running out your podium is going to be today's Tom Freer in the number 41, but give it up for Angus Lawford. Project 36 Outlier Speed Co. getting their first win here in the Australian NASCAR Truck Series. And Angus, this is going to be a celebratory burnout from the number 52. It's been a long time coming for the number 52 machine. Can't wait to see what he has to say and hear the emotion of that driver after this long, grueling 250 laps of Bristol Motor Speedway.
Angus Lawford has won before, but the last time he did it, it was in the trucks. It was October 4th, 2024, the last time he won a race in the Australian NASCAR Truck Series. That was October 4th, 2024, when he won at Talladega. This is nothing like that. It's Bristol, baby, and he held off some really hard contenders to get it done. Way to go.
Yeah, looking at the podium finishers, it's going to be Angus Lawford, Dave O in second, and Tom Freer rounding out your podium positions here tonight. Going to go get the results, hard chargers, and pole position winners here tonight. It's going to be Angus Lawford with the race win and the hard charger. Dave O with the most laps led, 168 laps. Fastest lap is going to be Davo with a 14.769, and then Kute Dow with our pole position. Top 10 as it sits right now is going to be Angus Lawford with the race win, Dave O win P number 2, Tom Freer running out your top 3, Jason Holdsworth in 4th, Chris Bleakley running out your top 5, Aaron Borg in 6th, Matt Danson in 7th, Tyler Williams in 8th, Kute Dow in 9th, and Brody Dowling after battling back and getting that top 10.
Finished 11th, Timo Blundell, followed by Faulkner, Maloney, Newman, Brad Newman, multiple laps down after getting incident points for a black flag for rough driving. We'll have to find out from our Australian NASCAR officials on that, but he'll finish 14th. Then it's Adam Briggs, Joshua Houghton, Aaron Dorman, Gary Wellman, Adam Gray, and Shane Bowen, your top 20.
21st is going to be Scott Rankin, 22nd, Trent Lavelle, 23rd, David Lawler, 24th is going to be Brad Wright, 25th, Jack Andrews, Fitzroy Beaumont in 26th, 27th is going to be Zach Kerr, 28th will be Keith Hackney, 29th is going to be Kelvin Clark, running out your top 30 is going to be Brandon Chooch Griffiths in Project 36.
The rest of the rundown, we'll find Zach Blundell, Jerry Gilbert, Nigel Sedell, Troy Davidson, Jamie Davis, Ethan Winter, Josh Micklemore, and Giuseppe Maiolo will be the final 38 trucks when the race ends. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell. Australian NASCAR Series. We're going to Kansas for the X Series next Tuesday night, and the trucks presented by CT Electrical Bathurst next Thursday. But we got to wrap business up and grab these interviews.
Yeah, we're going to grab these guys and get ready to get them up here. We'll be right back after this quick message.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And welcome back here to the Australian NASCAR Truck Series with the race winner, the number 52 from Project 36, Angus Lawford. Angus, you did it. You held on with Dave O, taking those fresh tires towards the end of the race. You stayed quiet the most of the race. You stayed out of all the trouble, all the shenanigans all race long. How nervous were you coming from the last 10 or so laps with Dave-O all over that back bumper?
Thanks to the battle, I didn't have a chance to be nervous because I had to be super focused on trying to make sure I held him off there. But it was a brilliant battle. I absolutely loved the last 30 laps. But yeah, the rest of the race, it was pretty much just trying to keep out of the incidents. The last at the Xfinity on Tuesday, I got stuck with other people's incidents a little too much and created one myself. So I just wanted to make sure I had a clean car at the end so I could battle.
Angus, what does it mean to get a win like this for Project 36? I want to say this is like the first big thing you guys have had all year.
Oh, it's great. Everyone was ecstatic as soon as we crossed the line. It's really good. We've all been putting in work, and I know it didn't pay off for a couple of the guys tonight, but I feel like it's a win in our books to come through and win at Bristol. It was a tough track. So many incidents to try and navigate through, which sort of sucked a little bit, but it was a good end stint, so I'm very happy with it. And yeah, the team's ecstatic.
Yeah, able to come around and get your first win since 2024. Able to finally get that monkey off your back, even though it was at a late track. You got one marked off of the short tracks here this year. But Angus, if there's anybody on that number 52 machine you'd like to give a big shout out to, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I'd like to say thanks to all the Project 36 guys. Outlast Speedco for all of our setups, CC Forge, Cataclysm PCs, and Kart FX for our merchandise stuff as well. So yeah, thanks to all the team and all the sponsors, and hopefully we can push through and continue a good run through to the next couple of rounds.
Absolutely. Able to see you get that first race win of the 2026 season, but going to go ahead and send you off. Congratulations for your win here tonight. Going to go move on to our second place finisher. That's going to be Dave O in the number 311 for Nitro Racing. Dave O, you led the majority of the laps. You had cautions, breeding cautions, and then breeding even more cautions. But then that final stage, you elected to go down into pit lane. You missed it. The first caution, everybody else went down before you did. Was that kind of a strategy call for yourself to stay out and stay up in the clean air, or were you just kind of hesitant on when the pace truck was going to come out of pit lane?
I just missed it with the pace truck, and I saw Keith was there right behind me. I didn't want to slam on my brakes in front of him and kill us both, so I decided to roll. And then I looked up in the mirror and I saw him slam the brakes. I said, "Oh boy, we're done." But we got lucky with the caution there. 20 laps or so later, I think we had 2 in between. But got the tires. I was trending tight. Loosened up just a little bit too much, and just a great battle with Angus there at the end. So congrats to him for the win. It was an awesome last 30 laps side by side.
Yeah, Dave, I was going to say, man, mad props to you and Angus. I mean, you guys raced the way I think that you should race, right? There was no bumping, running. There was no running each other up the track or getting people up the hill or putting people in the fence. You race each other cleanly. Do you feel like your tires were gone because of rushing to get back up there? And if you had to go back and do it again differently, what would have been done?
I would have not loosened it up there that last stop. I was trending tight all night and figured with the shorter run I could stand to loosen it up. I just took too big of a swing at it, especially being pinched on the bottom and just being run tight there. You just couldn't get the drive off that I needed. But that's about it. Nothing else, right? He held the track position, and he did a great job running the top and doing everything he needed to do to win.
Yeah, able to hold off the top, getting that race win over you, and you're a strong competitor in this series, close enough to call you a juggernaut of the series. You've shown your strong suits, you've shown your weak spots here and there in races, but all in all, beautiful end of the race. You swept both stages. But Davo, if there's anybody on that 311 you like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Yeah, Nitro Racing, Johnny Taylor for the setups, modsquad.info, heatfinder.net, BMK Logistics, the commentators for commentating, admins for running the series, and broadcast for everything, and CT Electrical for sponsoring the series.
That's going to do our second place finisher. Moving on to our third place finisher, that's going to be today's Tom Freer. And Tom, you had it all. You got involved in a couple of wrecks. You fell down the running order here and there. You got caught up in a lot of battles on the racetrack, but you're able to survive the Bristol 250 here tonight, getting a third place finish. With the amount of cautions in tonight's race, did you have enough for a long run, or was your truck more better on the short run?
Oh, we had a long run truck all night. I think that's been my biggest problem this year. That the series has become so aggressive, and everyone just seems to want to use up their stuff in the first 20 laps. So, it turns out when we get these long runs, we're actually pretty quick. So, obviously more of those would be nice. But yeah, truck was really good. Nitro provided us with an absolute weapon of a car this week, and on the long run, I really felt like we had it. I probably lost a few spots on that second to last caution, which has probably cost me a chance at getting to that lead group. But other than that, pretty happy night. I needed a good points night, and yeah, I guess we got one. I didn't expect it to come at Bristol. Like, I'm pretty dizzy, I'll be honest.
The numerous caution flag. I mean, okay, we had that long green flag run before the end of stage 2, and then we had a pretty decent green flag run at the end of the race. But other than that, it was caution field. Did the caution green hurt your chances of trying to win this race, do you feel?
100%. I honestly don't think I had enough anyway. I definitely felt like we finished where we should have. But I think for some reason, I'm not very good at firing off in these trucks. It's sort of become the same with Xfinity. I don't know if I'm just not aggressive enough, or I don't know. I just don't seem to fire off very good. But we obviously missed the lane as well in that last stop, which actually turned out to be a bit of a blessing in disguise, because then we could start on the outside, and I learned, I can actually keep the foot down a little bit out there and make some spots. But I definitely do think it hurt us just in general, because every time we had a caution, I went backwards. So that's on me, though. I need to be better at that. But yeah, it's just disappointing to have so many cautions, because when the green flag runs happen, the racing is actually really, really good. And I'm probably a little bit biased because our car was good on a green flag run, but unfortunately it's the same sort of culprits every week. And yeah, this is what we got now.
Yeah, able to come home with a P3 here tonight. Get ready for next week at Coda or Kansas, whichever one we run next week. As we look at the schedule now, it is Coda. So road course next week, our second road course of the season. But Tom, if there's anybody on that number 41 machine you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Big thanks to the Speedway Shop, Works Racing Components, Sud Speed. All those guys have stuck with us over the last few years, and we really appreciate their help. Obviously, Nitro Racing as well. We've recently jumped ship from somewhere else, and on the truck side and the Xfinity side, I think we found big improvements. So obviously, big thanks to them, and obviously all the series and the admins who helped put this show on.
That's going to do it for our top 3 finishers in the booth up here with us, Wes. And Wes, Bristol did not disappoint with the cautions and then the beautiful last 30 laps for the race win here tonight. Cautions breed caution, especially at a half-mile racetrack, but we go to a road course next week where cautions won't mean anything unless the track is blocked. So definitely going to be in the tune for that next week. What's your little bit of a takeaway here from Bristol?
Congratulations to Angus Lawford. Was not impressed with this race tonight. Just was not. It was not one of the best performances of the Australian NASCAR Series. I don't blame it on the track. I blame it on the drivers and the way that they raced each other. So let's put this one in the rearview mirror. Let's get ready for Kansas.
Absolutely getting ready for the next race here as you see the series schedule for season number 1 is Coda and then followed by Pocono right after. But that's going to do it for myself and Wes Outland up in the booth. And big thanks to Dean Hopton running the cameras in the replays for the Australian NASCAR Truck Series. Want to give a big shout out to CT Electrical for jumping on board and everybody out there in the chat riding along with us. But that's going to do it for myself and Wes Outland in the broadcast booth. Make sure you guys take care. Brush your hair.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.